Hello, this is Stan Smith with Pushing Social, and I wanted to do a quick video on some of the tips and some of the techniques that I use to get more readers to Pushing Social. And I felt that this will be especially helpful to you because I think this is the number one question that I usually get whenever I speak in public or if I'm in a forum or in my comments section on pushingsocial.com is basically how do I get more blog readers? And I think that's a great question because traffic unlocks all the good things that your blog can do. You can write great content, but if it's not getting seen, then you're not going to get a lot of traction out of your blog. So I'm going to take you through some of the techniques that have worked for me. And from there, you can apply the ones that make sense to you, that are appropriate for your blog, and it will help you get your blog posts noticed and shared. So the first one is the Stumble Upon link shortener, and you can get to it by going to su.pr or searching for su.pr. But basically, Stumble Upon has created a link shortener that puts a toolbar at the top of your blog when a person clicks on the link that has been shortened through their tool. And this toolbar makes it really easy for people to give you a thumbs up review of your blog post, which makes it more likely that your post will be seen by the Stumble Upon community or the people who use Stumble Upon a lot to find new websites. So this has actually worked pretty well for me. I guess in the last 2 or 3 months, I've generated some extra traffic to the website. So it is a fairly good traffic generator. One of the things I want to caution you about is that you're not going to see a lot of conversions or sales from the Stumble Upon audience. This is largely a passive entertainment type of website for a lot of people. They just casually use Stumble Upon to find new sites. So they're not necessarily going to stick at your site for a long time or buy something. But again, it's a great way of getting your blog in front of some new people. The next thing is email updates, and this is actually providing an opt-in form for people to sign up to receive updates whenever you do a new blog post. This is actually very underutilized with new bloggers. New bloggers oftentimes spend a lot of time on creating great content, but they don't provide any way of letting readers know that they have a new blog post. So you should do this as quickly as you can. It really breaks my heart when I see a blogger who's been blogging for 6, 7, 8 months and then they decide that they want to build an email list and they're basically are starting from ground zero when they could have had hundreds, maybe even thousands of visitors that have come to their website in the time before they've actually started their collecting email addresses. So you can use Aweber or MailChimp to do this. I know that you can do this for free with FeedBurner, but I'm going to tell you from personal experience that as your blog grows, you'll get increasingly more frustrated with FeedBurner, and you're going to want to use a professional email service provider to send out your emails. Aweber, it costs anywhere from a couple of bucks, I think, a month to up to $30 or $40 a month. I think the package I use is around $29 a month, and it satisfies my need. MailChimp is actually free for, I believe, up to 2,500 subscribers. And this is usually the service that a lot of people use to get started. Both of them are very good. Both of them make it very easy for you to set up a process or set up a feature where Aweber or MailChimp will watch your RSS feed for your blog, and whenever you have a new post, they will grab the post, put it into a template for you, and email it out to everyone who has subscribed to your blog. So email updates, I think, is a really great way of jump-starting a new blog. Is an excellent way for as your blog grows. Whenever you send out a new post, you'll get a really nice jump in page views almost immediately because everybody who's on your list will see that you have a new post and they'll come to your blog to read it. So that's email updates. The next piece is social updates, and this is just simply promoting your blog posts through other social channels such as Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn. With every marketing tactic that you're going to hear taught, there is a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And the wrong way to do it is usually to overdo it. And with this, I totally believe that you should only try to promote your content maybe 2 to 3 times a day. Don't be afraid to do it though. If you have great content, then your readers are going to want to know when you have some new posts for them to read. So don't be afraid to promote your content. Just don't overdo it. So 2 to 3 times is about right. Usually catches the morning crowd, afternoon crowd, and maybe a late evening crowd. One way to zero in on the best time to tweet is to use a service like Timely, which actually looks at your audience. It looks at when they have mentioned you in the past, and it constructs the best time to tweet for you. So Timely is one service that does that. I believe there's a variety of others. If you do a search for that, I'm sure you'll come up with some great resources for that as well. The next thing is guest posting. Now, I understand that this is getting harder to do. Unfortunately, a lot of the big bloggers are spending less time taking guest posts because of the fact that they're not getting very good posts through this channel. So it takes a lot of time for them to kind of wade through some not so good posts to find the really good ones. But if you take your time, you'll find that you can get some very good guest post opportunities. And if you do get published on another bigger blog, you'll find that it will drive a lot of traffic to your blog. So it's something I would definitely say, take some time to invest in doing it right. And the best advice I can give you is to study the blog that you plan to approach for a guest blogging opportunity. Look and see where they are missing content that could be useful to the reader, or holes in their content that they just haven't filled yet, and write posts to match their readership and to match their topic. Okay, and if you're able to do that, then a lot of times the blogger will recognize that you've actually done your homework, and they will see a real need to have your content. Also, another tip I can give you is that you can actually use the comments section of the bloggers of the blog to actually audition for the blogger or to get on their radar. If you write thoughtful, concise comments that actually helps other readers or explains their point of view maybe a little bit clearer, they will appreciate that. Every blogger I know spends a lot of time reading their comments, and this is a good way to get an introduction and to get an audition. Next is SEO. Now, over time, I found that Google continues to be the #1 referral source for traffic. So I've spent a lot of time making sure that everything that I can do that's easy to do to get ranked well in Google, that I go ahead and invest the time to do. So one thing that you want to start with is that you want to be able to pick, or you want to spend the time to pick great keywords that describe your niche, describe your topic, that may not have a lot of big hitters going after in terms of competition, but something that all your blog posts, you feel that if you look at all your blog posts, that they kind of line up very well with those keywords. Keywords is very important for good SEO, or good keyword research is important for great SEO. Next thing is that you want to use WordPress plugins to make your SEO chores much easier. Two ones that I would recommend is All-in-One SEO. Okay, and All-in-One SEO is a plugin that is free, and right out of the box, it handles a lot of the configurations that you would need to rank well, or at least to make sure that your SEO is buttoned up for Google. Okay, and that's right out of the box. Just a few configuration tweaks that you need to make, and you're good to go. And Scribe is a tool that helps you find great keywords, and also will help you evaluate your blog posts to see how keyword or search engine friendly they are. I use Scribe a lot because it really comes in handy when it comes to really massaging your blog post to rank well for particular keywords. So I would definitely take a look at both of those plugins. The next thing is influencer mentions, and influencers are people in your niche that have already built a big audience, and that mention or a retweet from them is actually going to drive a lot of traffic to your blog. I am not a proponent of running and spending 100% of your time trying to follow and tracking your influencers' every move, but you do want to keep them in mind because they are a valuable traffic source if they do notice what you're doing. And some suggestions I would have is to, number one, find who they are and then follow them. And then when it's appropriate, comment, mention, and retweet their content if it matches the type of content that your audience wants to read. And then when they do retweet or comment on whatever you are doing, thank them for it. So it shows them that you're engaged, that you're polite, you're appreciative, and you're more likely to hear from them again and again as they come back to your blog and mention and retweet and share the content that you have there. So these are a few of the tips that I use. And if you're interested in discovering more easy blog tips that are perfect for busy people, busy bloggers, you can find them at pushingsocial.com.